Welcome, everybody. This should be working. You should be able to hear me right now. If we could do a quick, do an audio check, if you could let me know if you can hear me and how it sounds and all that good stuff, I would appreciate it. I got you here. I got to look over here to see the chat, and that's just the way it's going to be because this is the first one, and angles and all of that have to be worked out. Let's see. Is this working? Hey, okay. So we sound good? Do we sound good? I think we sound good. Hey, okay. So picture in picture in picture. Maybe we'll wait until kind of some people start to show up here, and then I will tell you what this week's Saturday night special is all about. Thank you, Cloud. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Hey, geology dude. I think you might get a kick out of this one. We are up in the office, by the way. You guys don't usually get to see all of this back here, but this is where I do all the micro mounting and do a whole bunch of the actual work that I then take down into the workshop, and that's where you get to see that. So thank you, 775. This should be good. I would like to maybe do some more of these in the future. So you got to do the practice run, right? Would be nice if the camera was maybe a little over there, but whatever. Everybody having a good week? Anybody do any rock hounding this week? If you guys want to, where did you go? Did you go get any rocks this week? What's in that glass? Well, we have about yay much tequila and about that much sparkling water. Geology, dude. All right, maybe we'll give this a couple. We'll get 5 minutes. 5 minutes in, I'll tell you what we're doing exactly. Silverback went for some rhodonite. That's very cool. Two more minutes. Let people roll in here. I think this is going to be fun. Very nice. Outdoor adventures heading up into the Upper Peninsula. Doing a little zeolite hunting. I'm partial to the zeolite group myself. I have not collected all of them, but at some point in the future, I would love to have one of everything. One of everything. Oh, cool. Finding some labradorite. That's fun and beautiful stuff. Very nice. Oh man, yeah, that's very kind of you, but I have plenty of rocks. I have a lot of rocks. I have also been to the Ginkgo Petrified Forest State Park Visitor Center. It is amazing. It is amazing. The displays there are top notch. It is in central Washington, just outside. Well, I guess it's within Vantage, Washington. Go look that up. It's right on I-90, and well worth stopping in at. Well, we're 5 minutes in. I will tell you guys what is up here. Okay, so the the Rock ID app. It is the app that claims to do rock identification work purely based on visuals. Has received an update, and I thought it would be funny to put it to the test once again. I have over here on my desk an assortment of rocks, and we will be firing up the app, and we will be aiming it at these rocks and see how it does identifying some of them. Now, if you're new to the world of rock and mineral identification, we have a whole list of things that we can observe about a single rock. Just like this guy right there, a single rock, there's a large number of different things that we can observe about these tests that we can run. And we can even use something like, we can use our books to identify them. There's also the MinDat Advanced Mineral Search, where you can plug in all of your observations about hardness, gravity, luster, all of the different things. And it will produce a short list for you of potential options that match those characteristics. So it has gotten better with time. And that. So that's generally how I do it. The app, however, is pretty much using lookup algorithms to make a comparison between photos. And it's gotten better over time, but it is far, far from perfect. It can get some correct. Like when you have a dead ringer for a rock, which I do have some over here that it should 100% just be able to pick up quite easily. Like this right here. Are we going to focus? Yeah. Okay, so we have like some amethyst. It should be able to pick up some of these things that are very colorful, and it can basically just look at it and be like, well, you're taking a picture of something purple. It could be amethyst. So we have that level of technology of just kind of educated guessing. But where I think it's going to still continue to break down is with more complex things. And we got some stuff to trick it. So that should be amusing to say the least. All right. So we're going to move this guy around here, and we are going to run the Rock ID app some. Hold on to your lunch. There we go. Okay. So you can see here we have an assortment of different things sitting out on the desk here. And we will do our very, very best to take the very best photos that we possibly can. We do want a nice white background, which that's what I'm going to try to give it. And here we go. This is the app here. Let me make sure you can see that. This is the app. They also give you evaluation now, which that's very amusing for me. So I guess they can just tell you what your rocks are worth. And they also have a metal detector built into their app now. So we will flip this over to the ID mode, and you basically just take a nice photo of your rock, and we'll have at it. Let's give it something easy. We're going to give it something easy. We're going to give it this piece of amethyst here. It's searching. Well, it does say amethyst, a variety of quartz, right there. ametrine, fluorite. So this gives these options. Now here is the problem. The problem with this is the person that this is directed to doesn't actually know the difference between them. You know, it does give you a hardness, right? Which, yeah, I guess if you're have the skills and knowledge to determine hardness, you could easily tell the difference between quartz and fluorite. So maybe we give that one a maybe. What do you think? A maybe? Yeah, I don't know. I'm still not convinced. And that was kind of a gimme rock, right? It should be able to get that just fine. Well, how about we give it something a little more difficult here, a little more difficult. Any thoughts on what this one is, people? Any guesses? Any guesses? Give you guys a second. Very good. You are a smart person there. Check this out. Boom. Okay. Look at that. All right. So, commonly referred to as a Uberlite. So it's little pieces of sodalite in here is what you're seeing fluoresce under the UV light. Let's give the Rock ID app a shot at it. The light just right. I don't think it's actually, it doesn't take that long. So yeah, it's saying that's schist, which it's not. That gives us our options. Diorite, which it's not. Granite, which it's not. And no match. No match. Well, so we are a fail there. It's a fail. You could not figure this one out. That's all right. We'll give it an easy one, which I do think it will get. We are going to aim it at this thunder egg right here. Hey, thank you, Kyle. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. So we are going to give the Rock ID app a shot at this. I would say I would give it about a 90% that it's going to get it correct because it's an easy one. So it's coming back with agate. So technically, I guess kind of accurate in that the thunder egg is rhyolite on the exterior with chalcedony on the inside. Blue chalcedony. So it was able to detect that that is blue, I guess. Congratulations, technology, on detecting color. Green moss agate. No, I mean, technically, this Lucky Strike egg does have mossy bits inside it. It does have some mossy bits inside it. So is that like a, do we say that's accurate? I don't know. And then, that's it for our matches. So I thought it was going to get it. Apparently it bombed out on that one. We do have a couple of other pieces back here, which we can look at. I do think it will get screwed up with a couple of them. Like this piece right here. This is a piece of magnetite from Utah. I think it will probably say that this is tourmaline or obsidian. That is my guess. Tourmaline or obsidian. All right. Yeah, very true, Patrick. It could come back with basalt. Well, there we go. Hey, it actually came back with magnetite. What are the other options, though? Yeah, tourmaline and basalt. Good guess, Patrick. You got it there. Interesting. They do say basalt is potentially magnetic, which that is true. Lots of basalts are magnetic. Well, I guess we'll have to maybe give it to this one that it got it correct. So. Let's throw it for a loop here. What do you think it's going to come back with? We have some jasper crust. We have some rhyolite cheese. We have some marble pepperoni. We have some peppers, which are made out of serpentine, and we have some marble onion. Any thoughts? Can we trick it? Is it going to come back and say pizza? It should say pizza, right? If this says pizza, I'm going to be shocked. Obsidian. Magnesite. Cherry Creek Jasper. Well, it's not Cherry Creek Jasper, and I really don't think it detected the crust there the way it probably should have. No geology, dude. I did not lick that rock. Okay, we're gonna try a really difficult one that I know that it's going to fail at. We're gonna purposely fail it here. We're sending it out. Okay, this, which is gonna, man, it's really gonna be hard to show. Let me get in here. It's very little. It's very shiny. We have a piece of Dorfite here. Dorfite from the Snowbird mine, which I love it. This was actually a birthday gift for me from Sarah, collected by the legend himself, Bart Cannon. And I don't know if it's going to not work because of the mounting. We will see. Yeah, it said it's an emerald chrysocolla. Yeah, no, yeah, we are not it's losing out in the obscure minerals. Yeah, Kyle, they've actually reached out to me as well, the producers of this, wanting me to endorse the app as well, which that's not happening anytime soon. I think we have two different pieces of rhyolite here. Okay, so I think the two different pieces of rhyolite could be interesting to do back to back to see what it says. So we have this piece here, which is cut and polished. And this came out of the Columbia River here in Washington State. And then we have a piece of rhyolite, which we collected when we were on our trip in Utah. So I would assume they say to take a photo of the prettiest part of it. I mean, they have these tips here, right? So, to kind of give you a little bit of an idea as to what they're looking for, no dark, blurry, far away, multiples, that type of thing. Let's do these rhyolites back to back real quick. Yeah, I thought the banding would probably screw it up. Yeah, the polychrome jasper. Oh wait, well it did guess rhyolite, but look at that example there. That is not what I would go with, or mookaite. So although not the primary, it did guess 1 out of 3, and probably just based upon the colors. So let's see if we can throw it for a loop with this other piece of rhyolite here. One more here. Well, it did guess that one. It gave us rhyolite. Yeah, as a primary. Bird's eye rhyolite. Look at the picture that they have as an example. There we go. They think that that is what I have. So it leaves a lot to be questioned here. Maybe we will do one more here and see what we come up with. Let's go with, man. Okay, we're gonna go with this. I think this is gonna be a hard one for it. We have a piece of serpentine from the wild turkey mine. The black that you see there is magnesiochromite, and we will see what it says. Take a picture of the pretty side. I'm gonna angle this just right here. Opalized fluorite. Serpentine is the secondary, and serpentine. Interesting. So I would say it is slightly better than it once was. Let me move this guy around a little bit here. All right, everybody. Let's talk about this for a second. Okay, now I can kind of see you. I can see the chat. We can see these things. Yeah, outdoor adventures. Yes, there's always room for improvement, and I do think that they have gotten a little bit better with it. Slightly better. Daniel plays with rocks. I do think it is a waste of space on your phone. If you're interested in learning more about the identification of rocks and minerals, there's a lot of resources. I've gathered a lot of them up on my website. I would highly recommend. There's actually a couple of books. And let me see if I can grab these books real quick, and I will show them to you. Okay, this book right here is without a doubt the best mineral identification book that you can. I don't want to say the best, but it's the one that is the most affordable, that is easily obtainable, and I like that it's not in the field guide format, like little tiny field guide books for identifying. No, you want something with big pictures, right? That's what we want. We want stuff where everything's big. And one thing I really like about this is it's not museum grade specimens. It's not the premium of the premium, right? It's not the premium of the premium. It's stuff that's good, and I think is an accurate representation of specimens. So that book's really good. It has a lot of information. It's a great starting point. Yes, a couple of people here in the chat have that. Yeah, Daniel plays with rocks. So Minerals of the World. It's a super generic name for a book, but look for the big textbook one. Big textbook. Yeah, Nicole. So there is a thing called the Advanced Mineral Search over on Mindat. I would highly recommend that over the phone. And then lastly, if you really, really want to get into the world of identifying, see, a lot of mineral identification, rock identification, professional mineralogists really lean heavily on super advanced pieces of technology, scanning electron microscopes, microprobes, uh, XRD, XRF, different tools like that, different analytical tools to get chemical compositions of rocks. I don't have that money. You guys probably don't have that money. But this book is incredible. This is old school mineralogy right here, everybody. Like, there's it's everything. If you want to go back in time before the modern age of expensive analytic tools, this and this and this, that'll get it done. That'll get it done. Microscope's a huge benefit to it. Yeah, Cynthia got the fossil one. So they do have a fossil one as well, which I actually have over on bookcase, which is pretty good. Well, anybody else have any questions about identifying rocks and minerals that maybe I can help you with right now? Yes, Cynthia makes a good point there in the chat for going for some of the older books. I also use Abe Books. That's one of my favorites. I mean, it definitely beats Amazon almost all the time. Almost all the time. Yeah, the fossil one's pretty good. No, Kyle. Kyle asked if we're going to be doing weekly lives. Uh, Probably not. I might do some more lives over on Patreon. I think this light's throwing me off here. I might do some more lives over on Patreon. I might do them occasionally here. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Hound of Rocks. So you can take existing photos that you have in your phone and load them into the app. You don't have to be taking a photo real time. And I think when I put a picture of my dog in there, it was like, oh yeah, definitely obsidian, definitely obsidian. So they're just using like reverse lookup algorithms similar to Google Lens, and that's just the way they do it. And it, as you guys could see, I mean, sometimes it's right, sometimes it's not right. The examples that they give is just kind of like subpar, and they give the ability to train it, and but it doesn't seem to work a whole lot. Let's see, Elizabeth. Yeah, that's a good point. So you want to see like this guy with taken under, see if we can identify it while it's being fluoresced. That's a good question. We might have to do a round two with this. Might have to do a round two with the Rock ID app. Geology, dude. I don't think that's improving your likelihood there. Yes, this is the first live stream here. It is hot out in the shop. I have this camera now. We can do these lives. First one. First pancake. First pancake goes to the dog. That's the way it rolls. Well, yeah. All right. Well, I think we talked about some identification. I think I made my point that the Rock ID app gives you a bunch of false positives, and I think it also, on occasion, it does get things right. Like we saw it get the amethyst right. It got the rhyolite correct, and some of the other ones it gave a potential for it being correct. Like it was like the second or third option or whatever, and it just can't be trusted. It can't be trusted. Generally the person who they market to is one that isn't going to know when it's right or wrong. And once you have that kind of up in the air quality to it, it's just not good, people. Not good. You're better off having something unidentified. I have some unidentified things in the collection, and it's just I have some unidentifiable minerals where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what they are. I put a question mark on them, I label it, and that's that, right? Yes. Troy, well then, thank you. I'm enjoying the live stream as well. We're having a little bit of tequila and seltzer water this evening. Do I also weigh them? Are you talking about doing specific gravity tests? Sometimes I do. Generally speaking, the best indicator of what you have is locality. Locality is king in the rock and mineral identification game. Yeah, back here. So back here, I actually have like a whole. I have all the things. We got Geiger counter, little Geiger counter, hardness pick set, right? Got to do the hardness thing. We got all kinds of tools. We got the fancy scale back here for doing gravity tests. Obviously the microscope, DSLR camera, stuff for mounting. Well, we are a half hour into this, and I think we'll be wrapping it up here shortly. Nicole, I do not sell any of my rocks. I don't sell anything. I've never sold a rock. I've given some away. But not in it for the sales. Well, everybody, thank you for coming and hanging out. Oh well, thank you, Angie, for subscribing. I got more questions coming in there. Let's see. What rock types in your experience are the most confused by people? Basically any really general there. I would say anything little. I know that's really anything little and calcite. Okay, depending on where you want to look, calcite is between 300 and 12,000 forms, and I think a lot of those are theoretical, but Mindat says we're 800 plus forms. I mean, calcite being the great imposter of the mineral world, calcite is the one that screws people up the most. The most. Maybe we should do a calcite stream here in the future, and we can I can show you all the calcites that I have, and then maybe lastly, probably zeolites. Everybody says zeolites as if it is like a singular thing when it is actually a group. It's a group. So, I do help people do some identification of their rocks, not so much of their fossils. I'm not like a real big fossil guy. That's not like my thing. Lightly into it. Well, real quick, I'm going to plug Zeolites of the World. If you guys don't have a copy of it, you can get it for free over on Mindat. You can always just ask me. I'll send you the link and stuff. But yeah, zeolites and calcite. Mostly calcite. Calcite's the common one. People aren't into zeolites. Just me. Well, we're going to leave this one here, everybody. Thank you for coming by, hanging out with me in my office, listening to me talk about all kinds of rock and mineral identification. And you can go ahead and delete that app off your phone. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Let's see. End stream.